Hi, everybody. This video is going to be a little bit different. I want to talk about people throwing gloves all over parking lots, people hoarding and taking N95 masks and doing all these things and creating all these problems. He's inconsiderate, you just got to wonder what's wrong with people. Am I right? So I want to talk about that. And everything I just said is an example. And it's an example of what I'm going to ask us not to do. Okay. And we're in a crisis right now. We're in a national crisis. Our economy is turned off, and it's going to cause a lot of hardship. It's going to cause a lot of human suffering, and we're facing a global pandemic that threatens to shut off essentially our healthcare system and leave people to fend for themselves, to die for themselves. So this is a tough time. Okay, this is a time where I think we need to come together. We need to be helpful and supportive, and I think that obviously we need to all do our part. We need to do our part to do the right thing. But there's a tendency to look for the bad guy, right? We have a problem, and there's a psychology to it where we want to say, look at that. Those are the bad people. Those are the ones causing the problem. I'm not one of those people. I'm the good people. And it's really a witch hunt mentality. Okay, you picture the torches and pitchforks going after the monster in the old 40s and 50s monster movie. There's a viral video of a nurse illustrating cross-contamination of wearing gloves, and it's millions of views. It's on national news, and good message. It's really good. It's really worth watching. But I was disappointed. I was disappointed because there was an edge to it. There was a tone of condescension to it. Like, look how smart I am. Look how stupid you are. I observe this, and, stop being so stupid. Start doing things that, and I wonder, okay, it was a useful video. Visuals are much better than talk and numbers and things. But, I guess I wonder how much is the video popular because there's a, condescension to these people that are wearing gloves. And really, how helpful is that? These are faceless, people. It's always those other people. It's no one in our family. It's no one in our friend circle. It's just griping, I think. I feel like it's just, negativity and griping. And, as much as anyone, I have the same thoughts in my head when I observe bad behavior, right? You don't want to be that guy. What about driving? How often does that happen driving? But the more I see it being vocalized in a time where I think we need to come together, I just feel like it's harmful and destructive. People shouldn't just throw their gloves in the parking lot. I get it. I don't do it. I won't do it. But the truth of the matter is, there are no trash cans anymore either. I don't know what happened. There used to be trash cans everywhere, and I don't know if it was a 9/11, bomb kind of a thing. But, trash cans can be very difficult to find. So, maybe, and people may have gone to the store. They're worried about their own health. They're worried about things, and they didn't think to bring a trash bag with them. So they, if you follow the woman with the cross-contamination thing, you don't want those gloves in your car, right? So on one hand, they're being smart about it. But okay, they have to realize somebody's going to have to pick that up, and that's wrong. But I guess I would rather see videos, appealing to people, hey, please don't do this. Look at what the parking lot looks like. Consider who has to pick these things up. And just sort of appeal to people and be respectful and kind. If you've been watching my videos, what I'm doing is trying to make sense of this situation. I'm trying to bring some thought process and some value that's not being brought into it. And, I don't want I literally ignore the politics as much as I can. I mean, I have some friends, and if there's a news story that's blaming the president or blaming the previous president, or I'm not even looking at that now. There's plenty of time later, and I guess Democrats are doing another investigation. They're planning. I think that's a really bad idea, and I think the Americans should think that's a bad idea and ask them not to do that. I mean, again, it's divisive. It's let's point fingers, let's blame individuals. This is all of us, right? Is there nothing that's going to bring us together and help us to become unified and to care about one another more than our agendas? The 9/11 Commission was 15 months after 9/11. And it was reasonable. It was, post-mortem. Okay, sure, there's politics. They were hoping they could find some, prove that the current administration was negligent and screwed up and this and that. But, those things can be very productive in the tone of a post-mortem. What does our federal government have to do to get better? What slipped through the cracks? Where did we go wrong? But, have you ever been in one of those meetings in your job? Okay, if you go into that meeting and it turns out to be a headhunt that we're trying to figure out who to blame, how productive is that meeting? It's not. But if you go into that meeting with all of your people that were involved, and the whole spirit of it is, let's be honest about what we did and let's try to get better. Let's try to get better so that this, we can handle this in the future, and so that we grow and become better as a team, as a country. That's what the tone of any sort of investigation should be, and now is not the time. I mean, I'm sorry, but I believe, the only people that think now is a good time to do that are people that are thinking about the election more than they are thinking about the crisis. So, I mean, if you're talking to me and you want to talk about Trump this or, Pelosi that, and it has to do with this crisis, I tune it out. I mean, I don't read any of the news stories. I completely tune it out. The news conferences frustrate me because I don't feel that the media is trying to understand what's going on to report that back to the people. But I give them the benefit of the doubt for the most part because I understand that they don't know how to do things. They are literally critics. And so, I don't know. That's just my appeal. If you want to, if you see a problem, I mean, I don't know. I guess, is that the tone? Is that the place that you really want to be as Americans, where we just blame each other for our problems, where we, point fingers? I mean, I'm sorry, but the N95 mask shortage is not because a bunch of people went out and bought masks. And I'm sorry as well, but your government lied to you. Your government misled you when they told you these masks don't work. And now, as you can see, they're pivoting on that. They're trying to figure out a way that they can explain it. That should be a violation of trust. Okay, I mean, we should be treated as adults. We should be treated as intelligent people who can say, hey, please don't buy these masks. These people need them much, much worse than you do. Yeah, they can provide a level of protection for you, but I mean, social distancing is going to provide you the protection that you need. Okay? A mask might give you a little incremental above that, but these people on the front lines need them badly. Okay? So I would much rather be that. I would much rather have an informative guideline come from our government than a completely deceptive presentation of the facts. So this is my grandson. Say hi, Christian.
Hi.
Okay? What are we modeling for people like Christian? How are we modeling, our public discourse and our government, and how we accept responsibility and how we pull together and try to solve problems? Yeah, I don't feel like we're modeling it very well, okay? So what do you think, Christian? Do you think it's better when there's a problem if people come together and try to work together as a team to solve a problem? Or do you think it's better if they blame other people?
Work as a team.
All right, look at the camera and say that.
Work as a team.
Talk into the mic, okay. So, pretty simple. Okay, yeah, it was a leading question the way I asked it, but let me ask you, when you and your brothers have a problem, do you try to work as a team or do you usually blame one another?
Well, I kind of do half and half.
Kind of half and half. Yeah, I think adults do that too.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. But, so sometimes in the emotion of the situation where you just want what you want, right? I mean, sometimes maybe you don't do the right thing, right? Like you're upset because you want something that your brother has or he made you mad, so you act out emotionally. Is that what you think happens?
Yeah.
But then when your mom talks to you and explains it, then you realize, well, that probably wasn't the best way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you know what the coronavirus is?
No.
Do you know, Karen, do you know why you're not in school?
Because of the coronavirus.
Okay.
People could get sick and spread it.
Mm-hmm.
We could spread it if we were at school right now.
Okay. Well, look at the camera. Okay. So, does it worry you? Are you worried about the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Are you? Do you feel safe at home with your family?
Yeah.
Why do you feel safe?
Because, well, other people, they might have the coronavirus, but if you stay at home, it's the safest place to be because there's not a lot of people there.
Very good. Very good. All right. And is anybody in the world working hard to keep you safe? Just you? Do you know anyone that's trying to keep you safe?
Everybody in this house.
Everybody in the house is trying to keep you safe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we have to be a team, right? We have to love each other and respect each other and try to do, just be nice to one another. Even if we make a mistake and do the wrong thing, we want to be nice to one another, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So what if you went out to the grocery store and you saw rubber gloves on the parking lot that people just, when they finished using them, they just throw them on the ground? What do you think about that?
That's bad.
Why is that bad?
I don't know.
Because it makes a mess?
Yeah?
And because someone else has to clean it up?
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who does that? What would you tell them?
Clean it up.
Look at it.
Clean stuff up when you drop them.
Would you say they're bad people?
No.
Would you say they're bad people?
No.
Okay. They just maybe need to have some direction, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't think of the idea that someone else would have to pick it up.
Maybe they wanted to pick it up and then they forgot that they dropped it.
Do you always pick up your own toys?
Yes.
Do you? You always clean up after yourself? What if your brother makes a mess? Do you clean it up?
Yes.
Okay.
One time I cleaned up the blocks and Brandon was so mad, but I still cleaned it up.
Okay.
And the more I cleaned it up, the more madder he got, but Mama told me to clean it up.
So if there's a mess, somebody made a mess, and that bothered you, right? Because you don't like to see the mess and you had to clean it up. Which is worse, the fact that you have to clean up their mess, or what if you got really mad and said mean things about them and started a fight? What would be worse, you having to clean up the mess or you starting a fight?
Starting a fight.
Okay. So sometimes you just got to do the right thing and help clean up, even if somebody else made the mess, huh?
Yeah. Even if it's your own... even if it's not your mess, you still have to clean it up.
Yeah.
And help.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want to say to people about, how we should treat each other during the coronavirus while we're all stuck at home? And look at the camera and say it.
Keep the house clean.
Okay. What about the grocery store parking lot?
When there's too much people there, don't go there.
Okay. Good job. Good idea. Okay. Is there anything else you want to say? Is there anything you'd like to say? Well, we're going to put it on YouTube. No? You want to say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
Bye. Let's be good Americans. Let's be good citizens, huh? God bless you. Bye.
Bye. See you next time.
Okay. Good job. Thank you.